Hello guys. Why do I do this with my hands every time? Every time. Anyway, we're just what's up guys? Um Me forgetting my slogan. Okay. What's up guys? Welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. It's been a while. It's been a while. But I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about my Disney college program. Yeah. So I'm gonna be doing like a tell-all, like an experience video, something around those lines. So hopefully I don't ramble too long. And yeah, so we're just gonna get right into it, you know? Get right into it because I have well, I don't have that much to say, but like I have stuff to say. So um, first of all, if y'all didn't know, I did the Disney College program for like 5 or 6 months from August of 2021 to January of 2022. Um, it was a time. No, but seriously, like it was a lot of fun. I met some of the like best people. Um, like I cannot trade that experience for the world. Like definitely once in a lifetime opportunity. Me hearing voices. Okay. Basically, sorry. What was that? Anyway, so basically, yeah, the program was really fun. I met like the best people. I wouldn't say the best people, but like the people I was cool with, like they were the best people. Um, it was really hot. Florida has no business being that hot. Um, I'm just like speaking about like my like part of like the experience before I get into like the real because I have a lot to say on that side, but I'm gonna just be like real like, oh yeah, the trees. So yeah. Okay, so let me like express something. Um I was supposed to do the program in 2020, but because of COVID it got canceled, and I really didn't know when it was gonna come back. Like I kind of just was like banking, like okay, I'm just gonna work, at Disneyland until whenever. But then I got an email saying that the program was coming back, and I was like, so I asked my coworkers, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, are you done? I was really interrupted. Um, so basically, what was he saying? Oh yeah, I was asking my coworkers. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, should I stay? Should I go? And they were basically like, oh yeah, go. Like, get out of the way. Like, enjoy your experience and come back. So that's what I did. So I went out there. The first month was amazing. Like, I had a great time. There was some stuff that happened. Like, there was stuff that happened like halfway through my program where I was kind of just like, I'm not having fun anymore. But it wasn't like the program's fault. It was like more like personal, and like that kind of like also put a damper on my experience a little bit, just because like I don't know, I was at a different place than I am now. Now I'm like, I feel like I'm more mature. Like I don't feel like I'm as childish as I am. I'm still goofy. Don't get me wrong. I will still crack a joke. But I think I'm a little bit more mature. Blah blah words. I think I'm more mature now than I was then, and that was like 8 months ago. So yeah. Also, um, another thing that like hindered my experience that wasn't like the DCP's fault. I was talking to someone and that did not work out like at all. Like it was that did not work out whatsoever. Found out that they were talking to someone the entire time. They were in a relationship the same time I was talking to them, so that was fine. So that also kind of like put a damper on my experience a little bit. But like I said, that wasn't like the DCP. That was more like personal life. But as far as the DCP itself, I mean, like, I worked custodial, which was fine. Like, it was fine. I met some great friends when I was working custodial. Um, and then, like, a little more than halfway through my program, I was offered to transfer. And they let me transfer to attractions. I worked at the Frozen ride. Shout out to my Frozen team. I miss y'all so much. Um, Frozen was something. The people, not the people, but like they're not guests, they're customers. The customers that went to Frozen were batshit crazy. There was something genuinely wrong with them. Like I think like the entitlement was absolutely insane. Um, too much. People are insane. But besides that, like yeah, custodial and then transfer to attractions. I think that's it as far as like work related. We got paid dirt. We got paid dirt. Like I think I had like I think 200 if that. Well before I was a custodial, I only got paid like 180 just because my rent was like a lot because I have my own bedroom bathroom. Um and so I wasn't getting paid much. Like thankfully with Frozen, I got paid a little bit more. So I got to like live a little bit, but I also worked 6 days a week, 10 plus hours every day. So I really didn't have any free time. And like, obviously, I didn't want to use the time that I had when I was in Florida sleeping. So I went out and did stuff. So I was exhausted. Um, like, physically exhausted, mentally exhausted because of how people were treating us, emotionally exhausted. Like, it was a lot on like my mental health. And I think that's the reason why so many people left early because like it was very mentally tiring. Um, so yeah. Also, I think another reason why like it was just so like mentally tiring is because like when you work that much and everyone lives in the same complex, like obviously there's gonna be drama. Like I had to cut off like so many people that I didn't even think I was gonna cut off while I was in Florida. Like all the people that I was originally gonna be friends with in 2020, I ended up having to cut off in 2021 because they like got to Florida and showed their ass. Like it was bad. And like I said, that's not really like the DCP's fault. That's more like personal, but like people really were like acting so different compared to how they were like in the 2020 season, which is like obviously people are gonna like be different because you know time goes and stuff like that. But I don't know. I guess I was just expecting like people to be better. I don't know, but yeah. As far as that, I'm trying to think of what else like DCP wise, not personally. Um, Another thing I have to say, the complex I was living in, I'm not gonna even say their name. The complex I was living in, like my apartment itself was fine. I loved my roommates. My roommates, shout out Colette, KJ, and Hannah. Y'all are amazing. My roommates were great. But like the actual complex we lived in, I don't know what the problem was, but it just was. It sucks. Like I feel like I was paying a lot of money for like they were supposed to be like luxurious, but we had roaches every week. It was supposed to be luxurious, but appliances kept breaking. Literally, we had a leak in our apartment for like 3 weeks, and no one did anything until 3 weeks after. Um, like our washer and dryer like would go out at different times. Like it was just like a lot of like maintenance stuff and like just like I don't know, like the complex itself was just like it was nice, don't get me wrong, it was nice, it was beautiful, but it just felt very like ooh, like low maintained. I don't know the word for it, but like it wasn't maintained very well. um I'm still trying to think of other things too. As far as like the people that did the actual like program itself, like I think Disney was so like they were so desperate to find people that they kind of just brought anyone. And like there was some crazies out there. Like there was people who literally were doing the most. Like I think something was like genuinely wrong with some of them. Like I'm not even trying to be sorry. Not trying to like play on anyone's like mental health or anything. Like it's that's not what this is. But like I said, I feel like Disney was so desperate to bring anyone. Like someone literally got arrested for sexually assaulting someone. Like it was a lot. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I'm gonna just say someone got arrested. Yeah, someone got arrested, and they were literally living in the same complex as people. Okay, Marshmallow. Um, yeah. So I lose my train of thought real quick. Wow. I don't remember if I positioned the camera this way or not. It was lower. All right. What was I saying? It was about, oh, yeah, I feel like they literally just hired anyone. Like, they literally hired anyone who, like, liked Disney at that point. Like, they didn't look at anyone's background. They didn't look at, like, their job, like, credential. Because some of the things that happened, like, I worked at Disneyland, and I knew attractions. Thankfully, I transferred there, like, later on, but I feel like they didn't look at people's like qualifications. Like some people like had food service like in their background, but was placed like in other places. Or like someone who has like retail experience would work like attractions. And like people wouldn't work in the places that they like knew or like they like went to school for because I guess they were just filling in spaces needed because they just came back. But it just felt very like rushed. Also, we were super understaffed. Like, I feel like when we finally did get staffed, it was like November, and my program ended in January. So, um, I just think like they didn't really take that into account as well. And that's just like my personal critique. I know different people have different experiences, so they probably don't feel that way, but at least me personally, that's how I felt. Um, what else? What else? I think another thing that really hindered my experience was I caught COVID. The last 2 weeks of my program, I literally got it 2 days before Christmas. No, 3 days before Christmas. So that was fun. I spent Christmas alone in my room. So that was fun. My last day was New Year's Eve. Wait, that timeline? Yeah, that timeline makes sense. Yeah, my last day of quarantine was New Year's Eve. So I went into the new year like literally a brand new person. Had to cut people off because they literally had COVID and they were still like going out and about, which I think is that's another video. But yeah, like I feel like people didn't really like care about COVID. Obviously, it's Florida, so they don't care anyway. But like, I feel like people really didn't like care about COVID like they claimed. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like people were like just living the life, which obviously they yeah live your life like as long as you're being safe, you know. But okay, um, no, like, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. No, live your life. Like, as long as you're being safe, like, live your life. Like, also, like, I feel like now COVID is not, like, as bad as it was then because, like, people are vaccinated, people are boosted, like, people had COVID. So, like, I feel like now, like, 2022 is, like, the year where people are finally starting to, like, go outside and, like, express themselves. And I'm, like, I'm happy about that, you know, because we were stuck in a we were stuck in quarantine for almost a year, and we've been in the pandemic for over 2 years. So it's like people are finally starting to go outside, and I love that. But the problem isn't that they were outside. The problem is that people were having COVID and they were outside. Anyway, that's a whole nother video. As far as like understaff and like overstaff and stuff like that, I feel like certain places were more overstaffed and then other areas were understaffed. Like when I was working at Frozen, we were like Frozen itself was super understaffed because most of the people were displaced entertainment, and once they got their callbacks, they went to entertainment. So basically, it was like the people who haven't gotten called yet, and the CPs. And then, you know, obviously CPs were leaving, like me, and now other CPs are there. So I guess they're like staffed now. I don't know. I haven't like talked to like the Frozen team in a while. Like no beef or anything. I just haven't like had the chance. But I know like Magic Kingdom had like a really bad issue with like their staffing. Um, I think Epcot did too. Yeah. But also, I just think like I don't know. I also feel like a lot of people left early because like I said, like my mental health was so shattered. And everyone was just like, I'm not going to be in this like environment, and like it was just a lot. Like it was a lot. And like people were really like they were like emotionally and mentally like done. And I think that's why so many people left early. I think it was like when because I even thought about leaving early. I was like, I'm not dealing with this. Luckily, I did though. I did it. I did it, and I'm proud that I did it. But um, a lot of people were just like, I'm not doing this. Like, this is not for me. Like, this is not for my mental health. And I think like a mixture of like the staffing, like the leadership, and like how people were like being treated. Um, and I think like the housing and like all it was just like a lot of different factors that kind of just like made people so done. And like I don't blame them because I felt like I was in the same boat at one point. Um and I think it took like just me like persevering to really like be like, okay, I'm staying. But I don't blame anyone who left early. I like I said, I was in the same boat at one point. So I like it's just it was a lot. If I can rate my experience, I would say probably like a 6 out of 10, maybe a 7. I would say a 7 only because like the people, like my friend group, like Keely, Max, Pats, if you're seeing this, I love y'all. But like if it wasn't for them and if it wasn't for my roommates and like my coworkers, I would have left like early because I was going through it. And some of my other friends too that I made like a few like really solid friends when I was out there. So um like if it wasn't for them I would have left in like September because I was like this is way too much. Um but yeah, like I said, 6 out of 10, maybe a 7 because of my friends. I think my opinion would just be like one, hire more people. Well, I think they did now because of all the spring people, but hire more people. Um, get people that phone interviews. They need to bring back phone interviews because when the 2020 season happened and they did phone interviews, I feel like it was way more organized and like they weeded out all the people that really weren't there for like the experience. They were kind of just there just to like party. And like there's nothing wrong with that, but like you're also here to do a job. Like you're not here to like go to Disney 24/7. You're not here to party every single day. Like you are here for a job at the end of the day. Like you signed up to work. You know what I mean? So I feel like if they brought back the phone interviews, they would really like weed those like people out that weren't trying to really do like the job. They would have like the backgrounds of people. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like the phone interviews are really beneficial. Um the complex I lived in, get it together. Get it together. I'm sure it's fine now, but like when I was there, get it together. Um and is there anything else I have to say? Just shout out my friends. I miss y'all. I'm coming to visit soon. Yeah. um, I think that's it as far as I can think. I don't have anything else to say, so I just want to thank everyone for watching this video, for listening, for hearing me rant. Um, like I said, I'm gonna visit in May, hopefully. Um, and yeah, so I think that's all for now. always thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't, follow my social medias. I didn't have a new Instagram because I got hacked. So I have a new Instagram. I'll put it in the link in the description. And yeah, so that's all. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.